There's this project that I've been wanting to revisit. But there's something very scary about it. I can't remember how I made it.
This is a lenticular print, which if you've seen my first video about these, you know took me a lot of trial and error to figure out how to make. I've been going over my process and trying to piece things together, but I'm starting to worry that I won't be able to do things the way I did last time. However, we're gonna put that whole issue on hold and focus on the designs first. I'm gonna make 3 new designs for this video, and I wanna make them even larger if possible. Starting with this car design, I've got an idea for a new spin on it. For the second design, I want to reimagine this Shrek print. I love the concept of the eyes following you, but the effect isn't super easy to see. I want to make it look like someone is trapped behind some glass or frozen in ice. Not sure how I'll do that, but there's a lot more work to do. I just don't want to make this one too creepy. Okay, before I get carried away with my last design, I should probably figure out how I'm gonna print these. As I've been designing, I tried making a few test prints using my old process as best as I understand it, and I'm not super happy with how it looks. There are 3 major issues with that process. 1, if I change any variables, the whole process falls apart. And I really want my largest print to be an 8x10. Last time I could only make a 4x6. 2, again, any variable change, it breaks. So long story short, I can't get the exact same lens that I used last time. The thickness the supplier has is now 0.7 millimeters instead of 0.6, changing the optics slightly. And 3, I've been telling people I'll make a tutorial for these. And this is just not a repeatable process and probably the wrong way to make these. I can't stress enough that I don't know enough about this topic, but if I'm going to deliver a tutorial and have it be semi-coherent, it needs to be a much cleaner process. It was a miracle that I was ever able to make these the last time around. These are obviously not easy to make, and you have to have some clue what you're doing, but I think I was just doing so much trial and error that I eventually stumbled upon a path that worked. So with no other choice, I'm gonna have to figure out the right way to do this, no matter how long it takes.
It's been months. I'm so done with this project. But there is hope.
After so much trial and error, I finally recreated the original Mustang design, only slightly larger. This is huge though, because I have a brand new process that I'm ironing out. And I went back to this original design to eliminate as many variables as possible. A major breakthrough for me was actually just reaching out to experts I've found along the way to simply ask for help. I sometimes feel like I have to figure out everything on my own with these projects, and it's hard for me to lean on other people for help. But resisting that feeling ended up being exactly what I needed to fill those knowledge gaps that I had. I want to thank Alexi from Traxxas, who helped me a ton and provided me with the software for this new and improved process. The software is called 3D Master Kit, and it's a game changer. You can preview the frames, interlace them, and do all of the print setup directly from the software. It also has a bunch of other 3D related features, and there are lots of helpful tutorials related to lenticular prints on their website. This isn't sponsored, but full transparency, they did give me a copy to use for this project, so if you want to check it out, I'll add a link in the description for it. I also came across tons of YouTube videos and companies that had lots of helpful information. Michael Brown's YouTube channel is a great resource for all things related to lenticular prints. He helped answer so many of my questions, so make sure to check out his videos if you want to learn anything about this topic. And shout out to Forward Optics, who also provided me with some guidance along the way. They're a company that creates really cool 3D labeling and packaging, definitely worth checking out. There will be links to all of those great resources and some other articles that I've found along the way down in the description. Before I get too excited about finalizing this process, I need to create my last design, and then I can try putting these all together. For this last one, my idea is to create kind of a fun meal with a toy, and it's just a celebration of getting to the end of this project. This one just makes me happy. Okay, that does make it seem like it's a McDonald's thing. With all three designs done, I can finally put everything together, and I can make that tutorial I've been promising, which will be available on my second channel. This whole project took months to figure out and put together, and I don't know if I ever want to do it again. It definitely has me thinking about focusing the channel on projects that are more predictable. After finishing everything and making a few variations that didn't make the cut, I think it's time we see how these turned out.
It turns out there's another way to make these that only requires a single image.
Last one.